I'm Andre Fratto. I work as a composer and producer and session musician. This is a late 90s model. It was a limited edition, American made. So, you know, Stratocasters have 3 levels. The Japanese made, the next step up is the Mexican made, and then the next step after that is the American made. So this is on the upper tier of those things, plus it was a rare model within that. It has the lace sensor pickups, which are a bit unusual for Strats. It's what Clapton used for a long time, and I think he still does occasionally, but it gives it a very clean, warm sound. You can hear it without the wah-wah. And it's great for blues. So it's a pretty rare edition. You know, the color is gorgeous, the pickguard is gorgeous. It plays absolutely beautifully. I just find this guitar so expressive and lovely to play. It's truly one of a kind, and at this point, anytime I pick up another guitar, I feel like I feel like I've been with a girl for 12 years and kissed another one for the first time in 12 years, and it's just odd, you know? It's like, oh, this is what different lips feel like, and you know, I'm not down with it. Like, it's really kind of like cheating. There's an intimate relationship between one and their ex. I never got around to naming it. I never had the inclination to name it. And I think I never felt that need to attach any human to my guitar or any human quality. It's kind of its own thing. I never wanted to name it after an ex-girlfriend or my mother or anything along those lines. It's my Strat. It's my baby. Also, I think if I named it after someone or gave it a name, there's something, it's almost like pushing a quality onto it that it doesn't have. It's its own thing. It really stands on its own, and I can understand why other people do it, but for me, I never felt that need. You know, my Strat, it covers it. It's my Strat. I mean, and it's different from any other Strat. So when I say my Strat, I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's as though, you know, I were B.B. King and saying my Lucy, you know. But no, I never felt the need to do that. If I were to rate the quality of my friendship with this guitar, it's, you know, it's different than, and it really is more akin to a dog, you know, where there's this sense of loyalty, there's this sense of, you know, agape, that, you know, Latin word for unconditional love, where there's only giving back. There's no taking. So in that sense, it's actually a little bit selfish, but you know, the guitar has no needs other than to be taken care of and cleaned and not kept too dry or too humid. It just gives you this sense of companionship, the feel of it, the hold of it, and then just, you know, hitting a note, you know, it gives you that, you know, I mean, you can just do that. and all of a sudden you're not alone in the room, you know, with nothing. I mean, I'm playing one string, you know, and all of a sudden you're not alone. There's something else in the room. There's air being pushed, you know. There's sonics and dynamics and rhythm, and it's all coming out of this direct thing from finger to string. I mean, even in piano, you press the key that then, you know, lifts the thing, which then hits the hammer, which then hits the string. With this, it's a direct connection. So, you know, you've got this intimate friend at your fingertips with this direct connection of finger to string. And I can't think of really any other instrument that does that. I mean, obviously there are a lot of stringed instruments. There's a lot of direct connection between skin and instrument, but there's something about the guitar. I think the size of it, the shape of it, the way it is close to your body, and the way the vibrations kind of go through you, and the way the air is pushed around you, that makes it more of a friend, and it complements you. You know, it really does. You can be not a perfect guitarist, and you can play a couple simple chords, and you're rewarded for it. And it makes you feel good. It makes you feel not alone. It makes you feel like you have some measure of control over something in the universe, some small piece of wood, you know, and I think you know, that's hard to get in an actual friendship, because, you know, a usual friendship, you're dealing with another person who has their own ideas and thoughts and desires and moods, and, you know, my guitar doesn't. It exists for me, and you can't ask that of another person. You can ask that of an instrument, though, and it'll come through, you know. I mean, look at this. This is like Christina Ricci's waist. You know what I mean? And you can just picture yourself, you know, doing a bit of a waltz or something. But it's never come between me and a girl, mainly because I don't think I would ever be with a girl that would be that petty, you know? But it really is true. Guitars are women, and it really does feel sometimes like you've got a woman up against you. These lines, these curves, and I think especially in a Strat, there's something about this. I mean, look at this. This is Christina Ricci's waist. It really is. And, you know, she's got a hell of a waist. And you just want to kind of, you know, you just kind of want to play with it. And it's not like a sexual thing, it's just sensual. You just feel these lines, and there's nothing really like it except having your arms around the woman you love. It's the only thing that can compare. I went into Sam Mash and saw this on the wall, and there was an immediate kind of attraction to it. So I had the guy take it off the wall and you know, plug it into a Fender tube amp, and that first touch of the strings, I felt it. There was this immediate kind of connection that was you know, 80% there. And then I took it home. I restrung it, put my 11s on it, put it into my amp, and the very first chord I played, it was like coming home, you know. It was an immediate, it was love at first sight. there was no breaking in with this guitar. It was an immediate connection. I had a dream that my apartment was broken into, and I woke up and stepped out of my room in my dream, and my computer was on the floor, my 002 was gone, and my guitar was gone. And there was such a heavy feeling of loss and shock, and what am I going to do now? And mostly it was because of the guitar. I think that's the thing I have the most emotional connection with. And it was one of those dreams that stays with you all day, you know? And I don't know if it represents something else or not, I'm assuming it does, but to me, and this just happened last week, but it still kind of shakes me up. It was not a good moment, and a really terrifying dream. That was the scariest moment I've had concerning this guitar, and again, thank God it was in dream state and nothing actually significant. So not terribly dramatic, but in my head it was.